Blackstone Cherry have a new CD out titled Kentucky. Let's have a look at an interview with the guys now. Congratulations on a wonderful new album. It really sounds like you have a collection of songs that will become part of your live set in years to come. While listening to the album for the first time, it has such an instant impact, as everything just feels like it's in the right place from the point of view of the arrangements, the dynamics, the lyrics, guitar riffs, and the playoffs with the vocals. Did you guys produce yourself, or who was involved this time around?
We have always been involved with the producing of our records, but this time around we decided to do it all on our own.
Yeah.
And that was basically just because we didn't have a record label or an A&R guy telling us what we needed to do, what we needed to sound like. So we just went in the studio and made the music we wanted to make. So I'm glad you think it's powerful and everything's in the right place, right, dude?
That's right.
Everything is in the right place.
You have named your latest album Kentucky. Tell us about the thinking behind that.
Basically, we all obviously are from Kentucky. We all still live in Kentucky. This being our fifth album, after recording past albums in California and in Nashville, we decided to record this album at home. And we did it with the same engineer that we did our first album with. Basically the same studio, just a different building, maybe a mile away from its original location. And every extra musician on the album, from the horns, the key, the organ, the strings, any...
You were going to say keys, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going to say keys. Any background vocals were all Kentucky musicians from our area. So it just made sense at the end of the day, after kind of bringing it all back full circle on our fifth album, it just made sense to put a stamp on it.
Except for me, because I'm from outer space.
Right. This is who we are.
How long did you spend on the 3 stages of conception for this album, from writing, pre-production to recording for this set of songs?
Basically, we started writing, I guess, for this album end of winter 2015.
Yeah.
And we wrote through the spring, to the end of winter into the spring. And then we started touring some early summer. We toured in the U.S., we came to Europe. And we just basically continued writing. Chris would have a laptop set up, and if we had a guitar idea, we'd record it and put some vocal melodies on it, and we'd all get in the back of the bus or the front of the bus, wherever, and just kind of come up with stuff on days that we had nothing else to do. And some days it'd be just a few minutes before showtime, and we'd be putting the last idea down if it was in our head. So a lot of it was written obviously at home at the practice house, and then while we were on tour, because we knew we wanted to record the album before the end of the year. So we took advantage of our time while on the road too.
We wrote about 3 or 4 songs in about, 3 days?
Yeah.
While on tour in Germany last summer. And they just was flowing, man.
Yeah. We were excited, so it came out pretty easy.
Were there tracks that really took time to evolve and were a little punishing in the process? Please give an example, or was this collection free-flowing from seed to finish?
The majority of the songs were pretty much, 15 to 30 minutes. Because generally if a song's not happening in that time frame, we just move on to the next thing.
Yeah. If everybody's not feeling it, somewhat off the bat, then we kind of get the vibe for it,
I think the song that technically took the longest would be Way of the Future. Just because we started it on one tour, then we took like a month off at home, worked on some other stuff, and then finished it in the summer in Germany. So but that was really the only song that took a while, and that wasn't because it sucks. It was because we literally forgot about it while we started writing everything else.
Your first single, In Our Dream, features a brilliant video clip. Tell us about the making of that, and how many days did that shoot involve?
It took us not even a full day to shoot our portion of the video. We worked with a great team and from Chicago, and they had a great concept for the video, and we had some ideas that we threw at them. And basically they came to Glasgow, literally not even a mile from where their studio was, and we shot our part of the video in this really cool open building, basically, that was just being used to store stuff. And they shot the rest of it with the other actors in Chicago. But it looks like it's all shot in one place.
And I think they shot 2 or 3 days with the actors.
So
we were about 6 hours.
So not very long at all. You know, it was pretty simple. It was really cold in there. It was a very cold day in the very beginning of January, and of course there's no heat in this whole building. And but besides that, you know, it was fun. It was a fun shoot to do, and the video came out excellent.
The greatest achievement of this album is that you've created a collection of songs that flow so well from one to another, that all have a heaviness at the same time as having accessibility to them. I think this is the album that will really be a landmark in Blackstone Cherry's career. Are your parents and family proud of this album?
Honestly, our parents, our families, will be proud of, just because they're awesome. They've been supportive of us from the days that we listen back to stuff. We're like, man, that was horrible. But they were there cheering us on, our biggest fans. But they are honest, and they will tell us if something isn't happening, or if they have a favorite song, they'll say that's my favorite. That's not my favorite. But you know,
one of my favorite quotes is when we were writing songs from the second record, and you played them for your mom, and she said, "Where's all the heavy songs?"
Yeah,
the original Magic demos.
Yeah, I remember that. My mom's asking me where the heavy stuff is.
That was before we rewrote the entire album.
Yeah.
But no, like, man, everybody's proud of us back home. You know, it's awesome, especially, you know, when you do what we do for a living, and you're gone a lot and you miss a lot of stuff. It's, you know, if you don't have that, you really ain't got much at all. So, you know, the fact that they're proud and very supportive of us, and, you know, hell, everybody thinks this is their greatest record yet. So hopefully everyone else will too.
Yep.